Everybody, here we go. I'm going to let you guys help me decide which horror movies are better tonight. So here we go.
Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Oh, you know how it's going. It's getting crazier out there. Hey, everybody, welcome to Late Horror Show. What is going on? Did not have time to share this everywhere, so hopefully we get a good crowd in here tonight. But it's going to be fun. We're going to kind of do polls on what IMDb considers the top horror films of all time. So we are going to get into that and have some fun. First, as always, let me go to the chat and tell everybody hello. Tracy Asteria is here. Ginger, one girly girl is here. What is going on? Ocean is here. Will Dorman is here. Connie Cleary is here. CM is here. Edward Stewart says he's got the Planet of the Apes. He must be in the apes mood. Love it, Edward Stewart. Vincent White is here. Chris W made it. Yes, yes, yes. Let me go up. Blue is here. Artemis is here. Who else did I see up there coming here? Black Roses, 750. What is going on? Nice to see you. Kathy Evans was here. So yeah, Ed, every time you put that avatar up of the Planet of the Apes, it's just fantastic. I love it. So this is how it's going to go, you guys, tonight. And hopefully you guys like the setup there. I got, getting all fancy there. Vicky Ray, hey, do you know what's going on, everyone? Yes, kind of a casual kind of, what's the best horror movies? Hey, Dave Plouffe. Hey, it's Dave Plouffe in the chat. What's going on? But I took a list from IMDb. Top 100 horror films of all time. And I'm kind of going to put the battle to one another and write down who wins when I put the poll up. And we are going to see how close they are to, well, at least for our crowd. I mean, this is for us, because everybody's got their favorite horror films. Everybody's is different. Mine isn't even on, it's way down on the list. It's number 9 on IMDb's list, Rosemary's Baby from 1968. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about 2 movies, and then I'm going to put a poll up, and I will, as the poll is going, I will see what everybody. I wonder if Jaws is considered a horror movie. Well, we'll get into that too as we're talking about this, because there's sci-fi that people go, like Alien. Alien is number 1 on the list, and Alien is a horror sci-fi movie. So it's considered horror. It's considered sci-fi. A lot of people argue that it's a sci-fi movie. It's not horror. It's science fiction. But no. There's a monster in there. The alien is a monster. So it's horror sci-fi. But the argument is there. Hello, Harry Scott. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody kind of coming on in here. Leading Blind. What is going on, Star? It's been a long time. Looks like my lag is legendary tonight. I am using Restream. So please tell me if it looks better than OBS, my video. I'm using it because we keep dropping in the OBS. So I'm hoping there will be no interruptions and it looks good. The Sound of Music scars the hell out of me, says WWM. Yeah, that could be Joseph A. Hey, Joseph A. How are you doing? Okay, so let's get to it. I think enough people is here. 45 people are here. RTN, did you see RTN this morning? Oh, he's not here. But RTN, not sure if he was in there in the morning because I don't get there in the morning for coffee. But anyways, okay, so here we go. I'm picking 2 horror movies. Then I'm going to put a poll up. Hey, crazy old bat. What's going on? Good to see you as always, crazy old bat. Everything looks fantastic and volume is spot on. Okay, perfect, perfect. I just want the video to look good because, that's just how I am. So, first movie, I'm kind of going to work with the top 10. This all comes from IMDb, their top 100 horror films of all time. I'm going to pluck two out that I think can go up against each other, and I'm going to let you guys decide. And I'm not even going to say where they are on the list. I'm just going to pick them out, and then I'll tell you afterwards. I'll see what you guys vote for, and then I'll tell you what it was on the list. And then, even though any of you guys could go look it up right now if you want. But first off this I already said. Alien is number one on IMDb's best horror of all time. Okay. Uh, let's see. 1979. The crew of a commercial. Not that I need to read this, but the crew of a commercial spacecraft encounter a deadly life form after investigating an unknown transmission. Directed by Ridley Scott. It stars Sigourney Weaver in this movie. The Sigourney's up and down all over the place. This movie looks fantastic. Tom Skerritt, John Hurt, and Veronica Cartwright. So Alien 1979 is the first movie. UFOs is no joke. My voting finger is ready. My voting finger is ready. Okay. Now, as soon as I say both the movies, I'll put it up there. So Alien is the first movie, 1979, Alien. I am going to put that up against The Thing from 1982. Okay. A research team in America is hunted by a shape-shifting alien that assumes the appearance of its victims. And in this one, you don't really get to see the alien in this version, 1982. A little bit different. Hello, John David. What's going on? Good to see you, Derby girl. What is going on those roller skates? Just stop to say hi and bye. I've got to go skating with my kiddos. The Derby girl life. Yepper. Thanks for stopping in. Thank you. Okay, so first movie is Alien, 1979. Second movie is The Thing from 1982, directed by John Carpenter. Stars, of course, the great Kurt Russell. Teresa DiMaggio. What is going on? Hello, everyone. Good to see you. It's been a long, long time. Wilford Brimley is in this. Keith David and Richard Masur. So let me put the poll up here. I am going to do this real quick. I am going to best horror film. Okay, so we'll do best horror film. The first one will be Alien, 1979. And please chime in on what your reasons are for picking it, if you want, and I will read them while everybody votes. The Thing, 1982, and whoever the winner is, we are going to battle that up against another horror movie. So begin the poll. Let's see. Edward Stewart says, was wondering how you were doing, Teresa. Nice to see you back. Yeah. Good to see Teresa back. Yes. Dave Plufet, you may need to add a third category for haven't seen either movie. This is for Tracy Asteria. Says Dave Plufet. Tracy, you're never going to live it down, man. Lemur Gecko, what is going on this evening? Good to see you. But yeah. Tough picks, Dino. Tough. Well, that's it. That's the whole point. IMDb made their 100 best movies of all time, horror movies of all time, and I have debates with it. I don't think, I would put everything everywhere else, but I thought it would be fun for us to kind of talk about it and the reasons why you guys think it should win. Anyways, I am doing good, Edward. There you go. Tough matchup, though. Well, of course, they're both in the top 5. So there you go. Both in the top 5. So I'd be curious. So far, 19 votes. And so far, Alien 1979 is winning. But I will give it a little bit more time. For me, because if you guys have any reasons why you're picking what you're picking, please put it in the chat and I will show it. I will highlight it and let you. Alien is there you go. Thank you, Chris W. She says Alien is a darker story, the face hugger and chest bursting baby, along with a crazy android. Superb. Very good reason. Very good reason. Heather Mudgett Hello, Heather. Good to see you here. Good to see you here. The Thing, due to the open ending and legend that one of them was the Thing. Yeah, see, I mean, it's a tough one. It's a really tough one. I sort of felt Aliens was better, says John David. Uh, let's see. Tracy said, I voted for Alien. I love that movie. Great combo of horror and sci-fi. I'm just strongly because it's ultra creepy. Okay, that's a reason. UFO's no joke. I'm just strongly against Alien because it was ultra creepy to me as a kid. Very interesting. Okay. Jim Griner is here. What is going on, Jim Griner? Good to see you. He says shape-shifting alien that absorbs people so you don't know who is who. So there you go. Yeah. The Thing is, it's a tough one, man. It's a really tough one. With The Thing, you get characters, Mac and Windows. Yes, you do. For the record, says Lady Man, I'm not a huge fan of the first Alien either. I'm an anomaly who likes 3. Interesting. Okay, so let's see how many votes we have. Okay, I think I'm going to end this poll right now because it's, I guess, clear here that Alien 1979 is the winner. So I am going to put Alien down as the winner, 1979. You guys voted, and 29 votes. Alien wins with The Thing at 19. With The Thing at 37%. So interesting. Well, I mean, IMDb Alien is number 1, and The Thing is number 3 on the list. So there you go. You guys kind of picked the same as IMDb did. So very interesting. Teresa says, like the new room, Dino. Thank you. Both were fantastic, though. Yes, no, these are all tough picks. But again, you got 62% to 37%. You guys picked it, man. So Alien is still number 1, and it doesn't get kicked out of that spot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 other movies, kind of a different genre a bit, and we're going to put that winner up against Alien. So there you go. The first movie is The Shining, 1980. A family heads to an isolated hotel for the winter where a sinister presence, a little bit paranormal too, influences the father into violence, while his psychic son sees horrific forebodings from both past and the future. Directed by the great Stanley Kubrick, of course, starring Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall. We know the whole story there, I think. Most of us do, how she was treated on the set. Danny Lloyd, Scatman Crothers, tip-tapping along. Billy T is here. What's going on? Went to see both Alien and The Thing in the theater when they were first released. Yes, I'm old. Both films scared me so much that I couldn't sleep for days. Very cool. Well, that's what horror's meant to do. So the first movie is The Shining, 1988. I'm going to put this down real fast. Horror film. First one we're going to do is The Shining. I don't think I need to put a date. And the second movie The Shining is going to go up against is one of the greatest horror films of all time, in my opinion. One of them. I mean, I think this. Anyways, who am I to pick? We all got different things. The Exorcist from 1973. The Exorcist from 1973. When a 12-year-old girl is possessed by a mysterious entity, her mother seeks the help of 2 priests to save her. Directed by William Friedkin, stars Ellen Burstyn, Max von Sydow. Great job in there. Linda Blair. I mean, come on, fantastic. Lee J. Cobb. So we've got The Exorcist against The Shining, and you tell me what you think the best movie is out of those 2. For me, man, that's a tough choice. That's a tough choice. Let me see what people are saying here first, real quick. Love Scatman in Silver Streak. Oh, damn hippies. Yeah. Silver Streak with Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor and Scatman Crothers. Yeah. He took the shoe shine kitten, Anyways, um, so I never saw The Exorcist. Ginger, you never saw The Exorcist. Oh my God. William Dorman, make sure you vote. The vote's right above the top in the chat there. You should be able to see it. Artemis, pea soup, someone? Tracy Steer says, "Oh, Dino, that is not a fair poll. I love them both." Okay, so you look at a top 100, top 50, top 10 list of horror of all time, compiled by many, many people. Okay, hello, Regina Daly. We have to pick one. Out of both those movies, I know one of them's better. I know it's tough, but one of them is a better movie for you. Vincent White in the 80s. My mom made my brother take me with him when he went out to try and keep him out of trouble. So he took me to all the horror films, then dropped me off to a dark house. Oh my God, that's awful, Vincent White. John David says, "Oh man, another good matchup, Dino." But Exorcist, man, that still gets it. Yeah, I don't think I don't understand how anything can really top The Exorcist in horror. I mean, it should technically be number one. I think it here it's number four, but I am shocked that The Exorcist. It's the scariest movie of all time, in my opinion. But everybody has different opinions on what's the best horror movie. So, The Shining was scary and very good, says Vicky Array, but The Exorcist gets you by the guts and is just plain disturbing. CM says the only scene that scared me in The Shining was the woman in the bathtub. That was true for the book too. Yeah, I think CM. I think The Shining is more psychological, more dramatic, which is why it's considered a drama horror, and The Exorcist is just plain horror because it's that's. I mean, come on. I mean, it don't get any scarier. Saw The Exorcist in the drive-in when it first came out. I was 9 years old. It still creeps me out today. Yeah, you know what? The Exorcist, I've told that story many times, but I went to the drive-in with my whole family to see The Exorcist. 34 votes, and it looks like okay, everything's this one's different though. Okay, so I will talk about this. Let's end. I think we got enough people. We got 35 votes. Um Wow, it is number 4 on IMDb list. I didn't know that, says Tracy. Yes, it's number 4, and that's why I wanted to kind of do this because there's some that I'm like, there's no way that should be number 4 or 5. Exorcist should be number 1. But anyways, what do I think about Audrey Rose? We'll save that for talk on Sunday because you know what? I've never seen Audrey Rose. There you go. A movie I haven't seen. I have not seen Audrey Rose. Billy T, 50 years later. Yes. Don Moody, The Exorcist made me want to run like hell. The Shining wanted to pull up to the bar to do a shot with Jack. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we can end this poll because it's clear who the winner is. So here we go. So The Exorcist by far, just like Alien, comes in with 62% of the votes, and The Shining about 37. So The Exorcist all the way. The Exorcist wins that one. So, and I think I know where this is going to, but I don't know. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the last winner up against the winner of this one, The Exorcist. Profit Wing, what is going on? I've not seen it, but I believe the scariest part of The Exorcist, you haven't seen The Exorcist. There's a scene where Reagan and the cross, enough said, oh, a very disturbing and kind of a sickening part of the horror movie. Best horror film. Let's see. Out of these two, let's see which one you guys pick. Out of Alien and The Exorcist. This is going to be a tough one, but let me first say The Exorcist was number 4 on IMDb list, and The Shining was second. So The Shining was number 2, and right below that we have The Thing, and then The Exorcist is 4th. So interesting. I would put The Exorcist up to number 1. I think I would put The Shining right under that, and then The Thing, and then Alien. So that's kind of my pick. But let's see who wins out of this one. Alien and The Exorcist. Vote. The poll is up. Survive Style 5 plus. Yes, Outer Limits 2. You guys are talking something different. Is Telstar here? Telstar, what is going on? Long time no see. The Haunting 1963 is my number one pick for scariest movie ever. And that's the point too. Frank McCloud, Alien is great, but more sci-fi than horror. Exorcist was scary. I did bring that up. People do say it's not horror, it's sci-fi, but it is horror sci-fi. There's a monster in there and a creature, whatever, you know what I mean? And it is horror sci-fi, but I get you. So The Exorcist or Alien. I'm putting those two up against each other because they both won out of the polls. But yeah, people are crazy on IMDb, right? Star, yes, yes. Exorcist because it scared me enough to. Well, you know what? The book too. If you haven't, Gummo is scariest movie, says Joseph A. Gummo is not a horror movie, but it's a strange, it's a weird movie. Um, and yeah, I'll be quiet. Nitpicking me, I know you're right, Dino. Exactly, Frank McCloud. I mean, come on. I mean, and we all have movies. I mean, I would throw some of the Universal horror monster movies up here in this mix, but you're not going to get that because there's a span of how many years? Over 100 years of movie history, and heck, you know, to pick and choose overall, I'm just a lover of the old stuff. But Night of the Living Dead for me. Oh, John David, very good one. Mr. Pinchy, Hell Night, 1981. Right, right. You may be right though. I mean, it may be your favorite movie of all time. A lot of people have different movies that we would go, what? That's your favorite movie of all time? And yeah, it's definitely. Tax Time is the best horror story ever. Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. So let's see. JLR, what is going on? Big hugs to you. Good to see you. There's going to be a couple coming up here that I'm a little shocked is even on the top 10 list. But anyways, A Ghost Story 1980 has a lot of old Hollywood legends. Yes. And that's what's cool about that movie. That they incorporate when you get the old school horror actors like Vincent Price, Peter Lorre, and all them are like Comedy of Terrors. I know that was a little bit older, of a movie, but another fantastic one. The Omen, Tommy Meyer. Believe it or not, The Omen is not on anywhere near the top. So just saying, Aliens or Army of Darkness for me, says Paul B. There you go. There you go. I can Billy T. Rosemary's Baby. That's my favorite of all time. So there you go. For many different reasons, but let me see. 39 votes. 39 votes. 42 votes. Okay, so I think we'll start the. What about top horror films of the silent era? We can save that for another night. How about that, Regina Daly? There is also going to be a silent movie poll for next week. So movie night on Patreon and for the channel members next week, the poll will consist of the old silent horror films. So you guys will have a tough one there for that one. That's for sure. This week, Friday, it looks like it's going to be Murder by Death, Dave Plouffe. So it will be Murder by Death. I'm sure it's way ahead on both platforms. So let's see. I own the Omen DVDs, so good. Okay, I can end this poll. I'm going to end this with The Exorcist by far winning. The Exorcist, 55% of the votes, and I think 45 of you guys, 43 votes. Exorcist 55 and Alien 44. So The Exorcist comes out on top over Alien. So there you go. Very interesting. Greg McCown, what's going on, my friend? My favorite horror film is Vamp. One reason being it's how I found this channel. Greg McCown, thumbs up to you, buddy. Awesome. I really appreciate that. stuff like that makes me proud of the channel and all of you guys being part of the family. So there you go. Always learning. Mary, what's going on? She says, Damien, Omen 2, saw it when I was too young and it still haunts me. Yuck, especially the music. I think the Omen movies, those are movies that get into your head a little bit more than freaks you out and scares you like The Exorcist. Just kind of a little bit different horror feel to it. Things creep us all out for different reasons, right? They can be the gore, which freak you out. It could be like The Exorcist, where it just gets in your head also, and it's just scary just to look at her transforming when she's possessed. It's just help me right now. The skin on her stomach. It's just, oh my god. Pea Soup was funny. I mean, what was the movie where she came on with Leslie Nielsen and did the spoof of the Exorcist? I forget the name of the movie, but somebody out there I'm sure knows. Anyways, let's get two more movies. So The Exorcist, which was four, is in the lead so far for what we're doing. So let me get two more movies. Let me move on down the list because we've got an iconic one here. We've got an iconic one. And I'm going to put this up against another of the movie maniacs, okay? The top horror icons of all time, okay? And Repossessed. Thank you, Dave Plouffe. Hello, John Victor. Repossessed. Yes, everybody's saying Repossessed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I knew I could always throw it out there. Father, could you help an old altar boy? I'm Catholic. Yeah, Repossessed. Exactly. That was the movie I was going with. Okay, so this one we are going to go with Halloween, 1978. Halloween, 1978. 15 years after murdering his sister on Halloween night, 1963, Michael Myers escapes from a mental hospital and returns to the small town of Haddonfield, Illinois to kill again. Directed by John Carpenter, stars Donald Pleasance, Jamie Lee Curtis, Tony Moran, and Nancy Keys. So, yeah, I mean, this is my favorite horror film at Halloween. So there you go. My favorite horror film at Halloween time. So let me get this in there. Best horror film. And this will put up against The Exorcist 2 just for fun. The winner of these two movies that I'm going to do right now. But to start off, Halloween. One, I'll put Halloween one so we can distinguish from it. I think I said hi to Sam Barker, but hello again to you. So Halloween is going to be the first movie, and I mean, come on, I did like the original Candyman a lot at the time. However, mentioned that I really liked it. I haven't seen it for a long time. Always that one, for me, Candyman, the original one, doesn't hold up as well as I thought it would. That's just my opinion. But anyways, first movie, Halloween, 1978. Second movie, I am going to put it up against another horror icon, uh, Leatherface against Michael Myers. So the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, okay, 1974. Five friends head out to the rural Texas to visit the grave of a grandfather. On the way, they stumble across what appears to be a deserted house, only to discover something sinister within, something armed with a chainsaw. Well, man, it's not just about that. That's kind of a bad description, if you ask me, because the movie's about a lot more than that. A demented family. How about that? Directed by Tobe Hooper. Also loved what he did with no, that was Wes Craven. Anyways, forget it. Tobe Hooper stars Marilyn Burns, Edwin Neal, Alan Danziger, Paul A. Parsons. So there you go. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And here is the vote. Vote away, people. Let's see who wins. I'll be curious on this one because we're throwing two heavyweight icons up against each other with Michael Myers and Leatherface, and they're both somewhat different films. Halloween, you get that just single slasher. Then Texas Chainsaw, you got a family killing. And Texas Chainsaw, I love the fact of this is a tough one. I just said I love Halloween at Halloween time. That's my number one film. But to pick both of these films, I would almost say I like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre better. There's so much the sound, the ambiance, the feel of the film, the actors, the actresses. That annoying, I forget his name. The annoying dude in the wheelchair? Drove me up a wall. But it's just classic 70s horror. Whereas Halloween, fantastic, the original. We get a whole lot of messed up after the first, second. Then they try to get real complicated with things. And then now we got what we got coming out, which the last one, it was what it was. But anyways, let's see, what was that? Not sure why. Sorry, Jim Griner. I'm not sure why that was deleted. He says Chainsaw was just way more disturbing, had a grittier look. It certainly did. I think that was an accident. Oh yeah, definitely. And just the sound in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm not trying to sway you because I think it looks like one's going way out in the lead for a reason. Because I think no, I ended the poll. Oh Jesus, why did I do that? I think it's conclusive anyways. We got 31 votes. I think by far Halloween was going to win anyways. 70%, 31 votes. Texas Chainsaw Massacre with 29 votes. I think you guys are wrong. I think you guys are dead wrong. I think Texas Chainsaw has a way better horror feel and should be above Halloween. So, but you guys say Halloween, and we are going with Halloween, the original from 1978. Oh boy, see, I'm way off. See, and again, I love Halloween. This is my favorite movie at Halloween, and that comes in at number 5 on IMDb's list of best horror films of all time. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre is all the way down at number 8. So there's a little gap there between them. So you guys pick with the majority there on that one, and definitely, man, there wasn't another annoying dude in the wheelchair in the movie we watched the other day, The Prowler. Oh, the old guy. Yes, in the wheelchair. Yes, he tried to grab what's her name as she was coming by. Yes, Dave Plouffe on movie night. Paul B, what is going on? I thought Halloween was fun because most of us that watched it at the time could relate to all the characters. Unfortunately, having a very rough night. Yeah. Oh no, Halloween is definitely one of those movies you watch every year at Halloween time, and some people watch it way more than that even. But no, it's Franklin. Thank you, Edward Stewart. Franklin was the dude in the wheelchair that drove me up a wall. But I chose Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You guys voted. It was Halloween. Boy, should I put? Yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put it up against The Exorcist. Let's see who wins. Best horror movie film. We are going to put Halloween and The Exorcist up against each other. The Exorcist up against each other. And you know what? If this goes the way that I think it might, I'm just going to be like, you guys are nuts. You guys are nuts. There's by far, I mean, I said it before. I think overall, and I'm not trying to sway anybody, you guys pick what you think is the better horror film of all time. Of all time. Okay. And for me, my vote is The Exorcist by far. I I did have personal experience with The Exorcist too that really concreted the fact that this is disturbing. It had to do with me at the drive and being a kid. My uncle passing out on the road His eyes went up in his head, and I'm like going, "What the frick is going on, man? Is this the real life Exorcist?" Oh, I was freaked. It did not leave me till this day. I mean, I remember it like it was yesterday. Dave Plouffe, love going to the Halloween house here in South Pasadena. Uh, Today it is a lawyer's office, so it is still just as scary. LOL. Good one, Dave. Yes, Dave, you have the great opportunity of being close to a lot of Hollywood houses and things, history, Hollywood history. So that is very cool. The lists need to be rethought, in my opinion. Very few top tens are even in my top 100. Well, again, everybody likes different things. So, um, the power of cripes compel. Okay, I guess Mr. Pinchy. Hello, Mr. Pinchy. Uh, Doing the jokes today. So there we go. We have Terror on Church Street. Cool stuff. Yes, yes. Actually, that wasn't tough at all. Exorcist all the way. Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I hope it's not a tough one, but it looks like, yeah. I think I can end this because we've got 32 votes, and I think by far The Exorcist has come out on top with 33 votes. The Exorcist at 66%, and Halloween with 33%. Thank you guys. Thank you for picking the right film. I am going to X that off right now. So, Maureen Campbell, what is going on? I am Catholic, so The Exorcist scared the shit out of me. Thank you. I came in late. Anyone mentioned Saul? Oh, God. No, we did not mention Saul yet. Maureen Campbell, but welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit subscribe, hit that bell button, the thumbs up, please. Let's try to get to 100 before the end of the stream. And no, I took IMDb's top 100 horror films of all time, and I'm kind of just doing polls with you guys just to see what you think and see what comes out on top. So far, the best horror movie of all time is The Exorcist for most of us here in the poll. For what we're choosing here. Lisa, what is going on? Hi, guys. Eavesdropping for a bit. If you guys did miss something a little bit different on the channel, yesterday was late night coffee with Tracy and Lisa. Good to see you, Lisa. She's eavesdropping a bit. Ooh, scary. But if you didn't see their show, it's fun. And I pop in every now and then and add to it. So there you go. But yeah, so far we're going to pick two more movies. CM, Dino, does anyone ever mention the Circleville letters? I know that's random. The Circleville letters. Why do I not know that, CM? I do not know about the Circleville letters. Why do I not know that? Maybe somebody else can kind of let me know about that. Pinhead was great. Line that one up there. Well, I'm going by what's on the list, and you're going to be surprised on the next one, that's for sure. Billy T, the original 1973 version of Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. It was a TV movie, still scares me to this day. Yes, Billy T, me and Ted did a full movie review on Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. Me and Ted have hit up a lot of old TV horror films like Gargoyles, Salem's Lot. You can find it on the channel if you just look up the Late Late Horror Show and Salem's Lot, Gargoyles, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, Terror, Trilogy of Terror. Trying to think of some other made-for-TV movies that we've done, but Dino polls are super fun. Thanks, Chris W. Yes, they are. Always learning. Hellraiser managed to both terrify the shit out of me and gross me out beyond all shades of belief. I will never watch that one. You know what? It does. There was a point when I first saw Hellraiser that, the Cenobites, I mean, coming up from the depths of hell and dragging you down with them. I mean, nothing gets scarier other than The Exorcist and being possessed. But whatever. Good point. Hellraiser is definite. Now you guys are going crazy in the chat. It happened in Ohio, and Solved Mysteries did a couple of segments about the incident. Circle. Now it's sparking a memory there, Paul B. So I mean CM. Um, yes, let me look up. Let me write that down. Circleville letters. Yes, because I do got to look that up now that you mentioned it because it is an Ohio thing. So Gargoyles, the cartoon. No, UFOs is no joke. I know you got to be kidding, man. Don't answer the phone. Gargoyles, the TV series. I mean, not the TV series, the made for TV horror film. Anyways, Dino and Ted's review of Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. Thank you very much, Dave Plouffe. Really appreciate it. Okay, so let's get to the next movie. Totally right about Hellraiser. Yes, yes. But man, unfortunately, it's not really on here. I can't believe, here we go. Let's touch on these two movies, and this is going to be interesting because you guys know me. I love Rosemary's Baby, and I'm going to throw that in this one. The best horror films, and I am going to put Rosemary's Baby, which is about a young couple trying for a baby, moves into an aging ornate apartment. I love that apartment, an aging ornate apartment. Oh, beautiful. On Central Park West, where they find themselves surrounded by peculiar neighbors. Unbelievable neighbors. The characters are unbelievable. Directed by Polanski. Stars Mia Farrow, John Cassavetes, who died way too young from a heart problem, and Ruth Gordon, who was fantastic in this movie, and Sidney Blackmer, who was also great in this movie. But Ruth Gordon, the characters made this film, the atmosphere made this film. But I won't push. You guys decide. The movie I'm going to put up against Rosemary's Baby is An American Werewolf in London. An American Werewolf in London. And I think I know how this is going to go. 1981. It's from John Landis. Two American college students on a walking tour of Britain are attacked by a werewolf that none of the locals will admit exists. Stars David Naughton, Jenny Agutter, John Belcher, and Griffin Dunn. So made 30.57 million at the box office at the time. Um, I guess became a cult classic after that. But let me put that in here. An American Werewolf in London, and see who wins out of this one. Oh boy, my heart's going to be broken. I think is what's going to happen. Ruth won an Oscar. Yes, Ruth Gordon won an Oscar for the role. That's how great she was in it. I mean, just love Cassavetes and Ruth Gordon. Both played murderers on Columbo. Yes, Dave Plouffe, very much so. Hey, Dave, you excited about Friday's movie night, Murder by Death? I am. I am. That's going to be fun. Rosemary's Baby is stylish and scary. Yes, yes, it is. Um, Don Moody, sorry, wrong number. Remember that the dude was in the attic. Okay, gives away my age here. Wait, oh, somebody mentioned actually Blair Witch took down Exorcist for the most money for horror film. And we'll get to that in a few here. But Rick Baker effects is Tommy Meyer. Tommy Meyer, werewolf. Um, yeah, I mean, an American Werewolf in London. It's got a certain feel to it. It's a fantastic horror film. Would I put it above Rosemary's Baby? No. It comes in at number 6 on IMDb's best horror films of all time. It's 1, 2, 3 places above Rosemary's Baby at 9. But I do believe that should be reversed, if you ask me. I mean, honestly, Rosemary's Baby should be number 1 for me. But anyways, that's just me. That's just me. We shall see what you guys think, and it's looking like you guys are right on board with me. I love it. I know American Werewolf in London is excellent, but Rosemary's Baby is a step above, in my humble opinion. Thank you, Joseph A. Wait, what's going on? Joseph A. Neither. Joseph A. The point to this, my friend. And something was said in chat yesterday that I really really was upset about. But anyways, Joseph, neither. I'm not sure if you're only most per money. I'm just asking you guys to pick the best one. So if you're saying neither, then just don't vote. But one or the other, that's all. I'm just asking you to pick on the poll. That's all. Anyways, let's see. Virginia Daly, I take back my previous comments. The first horror was Rosemary's Baby, not Carrie. My parents took me to see it. You saw this in the theater. Dino, you need to do a double feature reaction for Audrey Rose and Magic. I know people are asking for like a movie watch along with movies I haven't seen before to get my reaction to them. I think that is something I can do in the future. As long as you guys can watch along with me, I will commentate as much as possible. But I always thought it was hard to do that. But I guess as long as we're chatting and we're talking as we're watching a movie, uh, it's definitely something we should do. So I am definitely going to do that. Magic was excellent. Well, let me write it down. I haven't heard of Magic before. I mean, is this going to be? Is it a popular movie? I mean, I don't even think I've heard Magic before. Carrie was fantastic. Yes, it was. Oh, I should end the poll. Sorry, guys. 37 votes. Oh, come on. 53 people in there and only 37 of you voted? Come on. I mean, I'm going to end it anyways, but let's get more people voting. If you guys can see the vote, I would think you guys can. You all are so cool. Your parents took you to the horror movies. My parents took me to see Herbie the Love Bug. No way. Okay, so best horror film, Rosemary's Baby. Yes. Hail. Hail. Now's where it's going to get tough. Rosemary's Baby, 62%, and American Werewolf in London at 37%. 37 total votes. And again, I know everybody's saying Magic is excellent and brilliant and everything else, but I've never seen it before. So yes, I guess I should be. But thank you guys for voting with me on Rosemary's Baby because I think out of those two films, I think Rosemary comes out on top. I mean, heck, an American Werewolf in London, it gets 7.5 on IMDb. Again, I don't take numbers from IMDb because it's a bunch of crap, just like Rotten Tomatoes. There was a great movie I'd seen that had a 0, and I liked the movie. But so that wins. So now comes the tough part because we got to put it up against The Exorcist. And hey, John Doe, what is going on? Good to see you. Stairpike, Anthony Hopkins, and Burgess Meredith were in it. Dino, Magic. Okay, that makes okay. But yes, I'm gonna have to look that up. Yeah. Um, two great actors. So here we go. We have to put The Exorcist up against Rosemary's Baby. I hate to do this, but best horror film, guys. Best horror film, and you go with your heart. You guys know, just because I love Rosemary's Baby, you pick the best one. It is a tough one. Rosemary's Baby and The Exorcist, and I think I know who's going to win here. There is the poll. So vote away: Rosemary's Baby or The Exorcist. Who is going to win? Anything with Helen Hunt, UFO. Silent Hill was spooky as hell. I'm sure it was. Um, I'm a little swayed just because I fell in love too with Mia Farrow in that movie and Rosemary's Baby. So I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. But it is a haunting movie. I mean, come on, you get Satan's baby at the end. But does it beat out The Exorcist for best horror film? Probably not. I think I'm just being, sentimental with Rosemary's Baby. So that's all. Let's see, Paul B. If so, the scariest movie I have ever seen was about a lady that died at a seance, and the woman who came to prepare her body. It's a ghost story, but that haunts me in dreams today. Um, yeah, interesting. Okay. And they walk into a bar at CM. What? What was that? What was that? Did I miss something? Oh, and I will defend American Werewolf in London always, says Lisa. Okay. Okay. Again, this is why I'm doing this. I'm curious. It looks like probably Exorcist. If you guys haven't voted, 38 votes. Come on, 61 people in here. Give it a vote. Give me your pick. Give me your pick. Okay. Um, I think it's kind of settled here. I'd like to get a couple more votes, but Something Wicked This Way Comes with Jason Robards. Was that considered horror? Something Wicked This Way Comes. That's touchy. Some would say it's definitely horror, but horror drama a little bit. Let's see. Don't want to miss anything really. What happens after the end of The Exorcist is what's so terrifying. Oh, God, CM. Yeah, yeah. I mean, geez. Uh, the sirens get me all the time, Mary. What did she say? Silent. Oh, Silent. Oh, yes, Tracy. Silent Hill. Okay, so let's end this. Here we go. I think we can end this poll at 40. By far, how about Drag Me to Hell? I with I don't think Drag Me to Hell is horror. I don't think so. Anyways, The Exorcist, 62% over Rosemary's Baby at 37%, 40 votes. So The Exorcist remains on the top. Very, very good. I understand because, again, I said I do think The Exorcist is the scariest horror film of all time in my eyes. So, do you mean Exorcist 2? Oh my God. Exorcist 3. Something happened in the middle there, but Exorcist 3 is fantastic. Does a great job. Francis McCloskey, what is going on? Good to see you here. Mentions I Spit on Your Grave. It's not going to be in the top 100 list, that's for sure, but it's a disturbing psychological body torture, yeah, horror film. It's awful. It's awful. Yeah, well, I fart in your general direction, sir. Okay, Rosemary's Baby versus Jerry's Kids. You know what, Joseph A? You're gone, bud. Not putting up with that. You put something very disturbing in yesterday's chat. I can't even believe I even gave you a chance to come on here, but you're such a jackass. Um, I don't know how old you are, but you're definitely 10 years old in the chat. So, yeah, bye bye. Anybody, any mods ever see him come back in, you please delete him right away. Don't ever put up with crap like that in the chat from anybody. Man, it just pisses me off so much. I don't understand why the older you get, you don't grow up kind of a little bit. But yeah, what an a-hole. Anyway, so The Exorcist still on top. Still on top. Billy T, growing up on Long Island, the Amityville Horror did a number on my young mind. That was a scary one for some reason. If you see them when you're like small, it will. Some of these movies will scare the crap out of you, even though they're not as scary when you're an adult. So they kind of stick with your mind. Yes, Ginger, you did delete it as soon as you saw it yesterday. Thank you very much. That's why I appreciate all of you guys so much. Don't even worry about it, Blue, because I ain't definitely ain't repeating stuff. But anyways, let's put two more horror movies up against each other. Rosemary's Baby, like I said, was number 9, and An American, well, let's move on. Let's go with, I know, a lot of people's favorites, and it always it freaks me out. I'm like, I don't understand why this one is at the top of everybody. I mean, it's a great film, but horror film, I don't know. Let me throw it. See, I mean, it don't even say horror, but it's on the top 100 horror films. It's considered an adventure thriller. But let's put it up there. It's the first movie is going to be Jaws. We'll consider it horror because it's on the list and it's got a creature in it, a large great white shark. I don't consider it horror. I would say more of an adventure thriller type movie. And I don't think it belongs here. But anyways, 1975, when a killer shark unleashes chaos on a beach community off Cape Cod, it's up to a local sheriff. And I love this film. A marine biologist and an old seafarer to hunt the beast down. Right? Directed by Steven Spielberg, stars Roy Scheider, Robert Shaw, Richard Dreyfuss, who I love. What was the movie Richard Dreyfuss was on in that I love so much? The dude that directed Pink Panther directed it. It was a comedy. Oh, why can't I think? I hate when my mind just goes blank. Anyways, it doesn't matter. And Lorraine Gary. But a fantastic film nonetheless. And let me put this down real quick. George, I would consider to be a psychological horror because it is horrific for a giant shark to come and chump you. It's okay, John Doe. Versus Bigfoot Man. Love Jaws, but agree not horror. Greg McCown. Jaws, wow. The crowd of people to see the film as well, at least blocks long. Oh yeah, no. Richard Dreyfuss narrates a good, okay. Yeah, no, not Mr. Holland's Opus. It goes back a little bit farther. I could look it up, but maybe I will in a second if nobody comes up with it. Let's start this poll. Let's see. The first movie is Jaws, so best horror film. First movie, Jaws. And the second movie will be, and you know what? I've got to look it up now because I need to know this movie because it's a favorite of mine. The Goodbye Girl. The Goodbye Girl. If you've never seen The Goodbye Girl with Richard Dreyfuss, please watch it. It's a comedy, a love story. It's one of my favorites. It's a really, really good movie. So first movie is Jaws, and I'm going to put Jaws up against one of the highest. Well, anyways, I can't believe this movie made that much money. The Blair Witch Project. The Blair Witch Project. We're going to put Jaws up against the Blair Witch Project because Jaws is number 7 on the list, and Blair Witch Project is number 10. For the time, the Blair Witch Project was what it was. 1999, it came out. 3 film students vanish after traveling into a Maryland forest to film a documentary on the local Blair Witch legend, leaving only their footage behind. Directed by Daniel Merrick, Edward Sanchez, Heather Donahue. Anyways, the Blair Witch Project. I don't even think it belongs in the top 10. I can't believe it's at number 10, but there are a lot of people who swear by it, that they just love this. They love that kind of documentary style filmmaking point of view. But the Blair Witch Project will go up against Jaws. And I would expect Jaws to get 100%, but it won't. But that's just me. Here you go, you guys. The poll is up. Vote away. Tell me what your favorite is. And yeah, we shall see. But the Blair Witch Project at the time, I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad film. It's interesting for yeah, Jaws. Okay, so there you go. Blair Witch Project underrated. Blue. Underrated. Again, I liked it for what it was. I mean, Blair Witch Project kind of paved the way for that type of filmmaking. Pages, Films, and Plastics. Hi, at the Late Horror Show. What is going on? It's not bad, but you can only watch it once. Yes, Blue. That's another reason why the Blair Witch Project kind of tumbles a bit and should not be in the top 10 of the best horror films of all time, in my opinion. Yes, it was groundbreaking for the time. Yes, it was something very small and it spurred a little bit of imagination in the horror community or the movie making community. So I give it props for that. I really do. But 100 years of movies, over 100 years of movie making, there's no way it should be number 10 on anybody's top horror list. That's just me. That's just me. But and I think you guys are going to agree with me here. Cindy Settles, what is going on? Okay, I kind of got a bigger view of what that doll is. Yes, it's a little doll now. There, I think, isn't that the Bride of Chucky doll? Isn't that who that is? If I'm wrong, tell me. I'm curious. Edward Stewart says agree, Dino. Thank you, thank you. Blair Witch Blair Witch really does suck, says Chris W. You know what? Blair Witch is really popular here in PA. I bet One Girly Girl. We have a kind of a similar tale in Ohio. There's a road that's been blocked off for many, many years. There was a show done on the Discovery Channel about this particular town, Helltown. It's called in Ohio, and it's literally a half hour from me, where things happened and military came. It's a long look up Helltown on either Netflix or Discovery Channel. I think played it. I'm not good at remembering certain things, but it was a very interesting storyline. But anyways, in the same kind of vein where a lot of kids went out there and the thing is that they went missing, never were found again. I drove my car right up to it, right there, right up to it, the line, but never went. And driving there is so freaky. Boston Heights, Maureen Campbell. Yes. Yes, Boston Heights. Where all the skiing takes place in the wintertime. So Maureen Campbell knows. She knows what I'm talking about. It's Helltown. So yes, look that up. What I remember most about Blair Witch Project, says Blue, is that it kicked the Phantom Menace's ass all summer. No one expected that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Black NATO. Black Nando. I keep saying Black NATO. Black Nando 1. Hello, all. Nice to be here. Frankenstein. Good to see you, Black Nando. I think the Restream's working out a lot better than the OBS right now, is what I think. Okay, so it looks like, I love that the 43 voted. I think I can end this poll. I think I can. CM says I saw Blair Witch in a packed house. Lots of people were verbally hostile, wanted their money back, etc. Pew. Yeah, see, I mean, that's the whole thing with the whole Blair Witch Project. People will swear by it being just fantastic, but if you were a diehard horror fan during that period when it came out and you loved what it did, it's your kind of movie. But let's end this poll. I left it up way too long because with 44 votes, 86% of you say Jaws. 86% of you say Jaws to a debatable horror film, not a debatable great film. I mean, I would give Jaws almost a, what do they give Jaws here? 8.1 out of 10. I think that's right on. I think 8.1 out of 10 is a good rating for Jaws. I think it's a fantastic movie, but I can be swayed either way. Horror, adventure thriller, whatever, but it's on the horror list. So there you go. So way to go on the poll there and flushing the Blair Witch Project down the toilet. Even though as a first time watch, it's a fantastic movie. It's a fantastic movie. So Jaws is going to go up against The Exorcist. We are going to keep it going until The Exorcist wins completely. Let's see. So best horror film. Let's go. Best horror film. And we will go with The Exorcist again, who keeps winning and agreed. It should against Jaws. And let's vote away, you guys. Let's see which one will win. I think this is a no-brainer too. I think The Exorcist for best horror film of all time. Always learning. No kidding. People who believe BWP is true proves some people believes anything. Blair Witch Project is true. Oh, geez, come on. Yeah. If people believe it's true. Saw Jaws and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest in the theater. Very cool, Tommy Meyer. Jaws versus Exorcist. Well, I mean, in my opinion, I'm putting it up because it won. So, I mean, I think we know The Exorcist probably should win this and probably will win everything. Still The Exorcist for me. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, Jaws is frightening. A lot of people hate sharks. It's kind of a phobia thing, too, for a lot of people when it comes to the water. Like me, like you put me out on a boat in the middle of the ocean. Jesus, I don't even want to picture that in my head. Although I'd like to take a cruise, as long as I see the land. You know what I mean? As long as I'm close enough to land. I mean, Titanic ruined ocean voyages for me forever. So, you know, although I do love the old Sherlock Holmes Pursuit of Algiers. I love the boat. Even Charlie Chan did it. On the mysteries taking place on a boat, and so for some reason that intrigues me, and same with the trains, like a Murder on the Orient Express, and so on. And so, anyways, yeah. Let's see. Let's be real. Picture mommy dead could beat out the Blair Witch. Exactly. And this looks like, yes, this looks like it's going to be the same way. For sure. Yep, 38. I can end this one right now too. I can end this one. Exorcist by 71% with Jaws 28% with 38 votes. Where's the votes, people? Where's the votes? But I think overall we get the gist. The Exorcist still top dog, and we're going to have a couple of interesting ones coming up here. I am curious who's going to win out of these two, but I think Exorcist will win everything. It should be number one on the list, but it's not. It's number 4. But anyways, man goes in the cage goes in the water, sharks in the water. Yes. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, everybody. Please hit that bell notification, all that good stuff. Please, if you guys really want to enjoy more content and hangouts with me and everybody you see in the chat, kind of, give the Patreon a join. Help support the channel, everything else. Patreon, the links above, pinned to the top, and also in the description. Also join the channel. There's a little join button there, which helps everything out too. And by the way, you guys, the overnight stream for tonight, hopefully I keep everybody here because it's comedy night. Who the hell doesn't like? Every once in a while, let's get a comedy night up there. So Jack Benny tonight. Jack Benny all night long for 12 hours. You're going to get Jack Benny show. Who doesn't enjoy that? So hope you guys stick around for comedy night overnight here. I know there's detective shows out there and streams out there, but every once in a while, a little bit something different, right? Thank you, Tracy Asteria. If you are enjoying the tour, there's the Patreon link and the channel join link. I would appreciate it. Scarecrow Ninja, what's going on? But yes. I figure on the channel I'm going to do some comedy. There's so much comedy out there, so why not put a comedy night up there? And we will listen to Jack Benny tonight overnight. If you feel like going back and listening to some detective, please check out my playlist. I have everything there is there, from Johnny Dollar to Sam Spade to Philip Marlowe to Night Beat to everything. They're all there in the Late Horror Show. Just look it up. So there you go. I did not like The Exorcist too much. It was good, but not my cup of tea. I prefer The Evil Dead or The Thing. Says Pages, Films, and Plastics. Exorcist is something. So anyways, next 2 movies. These are going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting, okay? I am going to put up Dawn of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, which is way ahead of Night of the Living Dead, which Night of the Living Dead started it all, right? So Vincent White finishing up Sherlock, awesome. Monster Squad number 70 brings back memories. Oh, you're looking at it, Greg McConnell. There you go. Okay, so Dawn of the Dead, 1978. Following an ever-growing epidemic of zombies that have arisen from the dead, two Philadelphia SWAT team members, a traffic reporter, and his television executive girlfriend seeks refuge in a secluded shopping mall. There was something about the whole shopping mall experience in this zombie movie that I love, and the mall was filmed here in Ohio. Directed by George A. Romero, where I'm at, Cleveland. It wasn't filmed in Cleveland, but somewhere lower. Me and Ted did a whole commentary on Dawn of the Dead. And let's see, Ken Foray is in this. Gotcha. So, anyways, Dawn of the Dead, the shopping mall horror film. Have to run tonight. Thanks for a fun evening. See y'all Friday evening for sure. Take care, Dave Plouffe. Always appreciate you being here. That's for sure. Okay, so best horror film. Let's put in Dawn of the Dead. And I guess I should put the date so you guys don't think it's the newer or the remake, which was good too. But I am going to put that up against A Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984 classic, another Freddy Krueger, another iconic horror. Teenager Nancy Thompson must uncover the dark truth concealed by her parents after she and her friends become targets of the spirit of a serial killer with a bladed glove in the dreams in which, if they die, it kills them in real life. Directed by Wes Craven, stars Heather Langenkamp, Johnny Depp, Robert Englund, and John Saxon. And this movie spawned, and let me put it in the poll here. Nightmare. Nope. I hate when I spell it wrong. Nightmare on Elm Street. So pick away, pull away, pick your favorite. But A Nightmare on Elm Street, it brought on a different kind of horror icon. I mean, come on. A villain, a monster that is in your dreams. You can't sleep. He's burnt. He gets you when you fall asleep. It's just, when Freddy Krueger came out, it was just such a different tale, and it was something that was needed. So it's right smack dab in there with Halloween and Friday the 13th, and which you're not going to see that on here, but when it comes to slasher movies, it is what it is, and they're great. But out of the two, man, for me, that's a tough choice. I'm going to leave this one to you guys. I could take both of them, although if pressed to pick one, I would go for Dawn of the Dead just because I love the whole mall thing that's right, I love the mall thing with the zombies, and like there's something deep in the back of my strange mind that if everything did go down like that, I would want to be in the mall. I would want to be where all the clothes are, all the, they had anything you needed to defend yourself. They had literally everything in the mall, everything you needed. So that's what I love. So that's what I would go for, even though it's a very close race between those two. That's for sure for me, and it looks like for you guys too. Connie Clary, original Elm Street was the best in the franchise. Agreed. Freddy is Scary, Johnny Depp's breakthrough movie. Yes. The only thing I did not like about that was no man should be wearing a half shirt. Okay, leave that to the women. But Johnny Depp pulled it off. I mean, come on, but no half shirts for men. Anyway, that's just me. Anyways, Sorry if I miss anything important that you guys are saying. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. Tough one, but Nightmare is the one I took, says Edward Stewart. Pick, you guys. 66 people, 67 people in here, and 34 votes. Come on, we're neck and neck. Pick which one you think you like the best. Nightmare was the first to scare me and still does. Heather Mudgett. Edward Stewart says both were fantastic in the theater. Love the ice skating rink. That was cool. Attention, all Kmart shoppers. If you have a sweet tooth, we have a special treat for you. Nice, Edward. Freddie scared me more, says Black Nando 1. You tripped me up with that name. Freddy Krueger didn't talk in the first one. Francis McCloskey. Doesn't take away from the movie, that's for sure. Let's see how many votes. 37 votes. Nobody's voting. There's 67 people in here. Are we going to end at 37? I guess that's roughly where we have been ending at. Oh, God. Well, we can't end at 38 because it's a tie now. We got to break the tie. So WWM, I went with Elm Street. Regina Daly, I like Dawn of the Dead. Let's see. John's Good Days. Johnny Depp. He's still whatever. If you purchase more than $100, even a bag of candy free. Oh, Ed. Okay, so it looks like the votes have stalled. So I'm in this one. And I'm a little shocked, but not really. I mean, it's a close call. I knew it was going to be almost a 50-50 shot. A Nightmare on Elm Street did win this one. And boy, against Dawn of the Dead. My choice is Dawn of the Dead, but I get it. I really don't even know if I should do this, but should I? Best horror film. Okay, should I? I know The Exorcist is going to win. The Exorcist, but you never know. So let's go with it. Let's see if it stays on top. The Exorcist and Dawn of the Dead. I will do a quick one on this because I think I know what's going to win. I would believe this is still got to be The Exorcist, but that one was real close. Literally one person voted it up. Tommy Myers says Horror Express. Horror Express. A good, fun 80s film, but not even in the top 20, not top. I mean, come on. In my top 50, that doesn't make even the top 50. But Night of Living Dead is excellent. Emily, agreed. Yes. I think Night of Living Dead. Well, would I have put it above Dawn of the Dead? No, I think Dawn of the Dead I like better than. I like that better than Night of Living Dead. But again, we're talking about top tier movies. They're both great. So how it's a tough choice, you know what I mean? So let me see here. 31 votes. The Exorcist. Yeah, I think this is a dead giveaway. Anyways, like Billy T says, like Dawn of the Dead, but Night of the Living Dead was a lot scarier for me. That's my parents' fault for taking young kids to inappropriate films. Same here. Same thing happened to me there, Billy T. I was taken and shown every horror movie when I was a kid, and it was, I didn't mind it. The Exorcist scared the hell out of me. The Manitou also scared the hell out of me. If you don't know that film, look it up. Kind of Indian folklore with the spirit and this lump that grows on this woman's back, and they're like, it was kind of gross, but blockbuster movies. Yes, Artemis. 28 Days Later, a fantastic film. I think me and Ted have talked about that one on this channel too. Night of the Comet. Night of the Comet is one that I may put in my top 50, at least top 20. I mean, no, maybe top 50. But I love Night of the Comet. I'm an 80s horror person. And so, yeah, I'm going to end this poll. The Exorcist. I guess some people just can't see the poll button. If you're on your phone, can you not see it and vote? That might be why some people aren't voting. I don't know. But anyways, The Exorcist 70%. So The Exorcist wins, of course. I knew it. To 30% Dawn of the Dead. So there were about 7, 8 people who voted for Dawn of the Dead. But anyways, yes, Night of the Comet belongs there. It's wonderful, says Mary. Yes, I love it. Edward Stewart says Cujo. Cujo. Oh my gosh. Would I put Cujo in my anywhere in my top 50? I don't know. I wasn't a big I loved Cujo. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Do I watch it often? No. No. It's a good movie though. Emily Thompson, I love Night of the Comet too, Dino. Oh, fantastic. A classic. Yeah, see, everybody. If you love the 80s and you grew up in that era, I mean, there's nothing better. So, okay, let's we got a little bit of time. Let's do 2 more movies. Let's do 2 more. Let me see which ones are worthy. Oh boy. Oh, this is a tough one, man. Do I put Okay, let's do Silence of the Lambs, which I almost don't think of as a horror film, but they put it in here. The Silence of the Lambs, 1999 or 1991. A young FBI cadet must receive the help of an incarcerated and manipulated cannibal killer to help catch another serial killer, a madman who skins his victims. Done, directed by Jonathan Demme, stars Jodie Foster, Anthony Hopkins, Lawrence A. Boney, and Casey Lemon. This one, it even says crime, drama, thriller, but they put it. IMDb is a little nutty, okay, but they do put. A part of me puts this in that horror genre. So let's go with it. Scott Gallagher, Life Force, 1985. So the first film, best horror film. Let's do Silence of the Lambs. Silence of the Lambs. And yeah, I mean, it's a little rough. It comes in at number 12 on this list, and it's going to be interesting because I'm going to put it up against which one should I? You know what? This is going to be curious. I'm going to be curious about this. Let's put it up against an older one, which might be that might be. Am I bad for putting an older one up against it? I'm going to put Psycho up against it. Okay, let's put Psycho. Psycho, from 1960. Let's put that up against Silence of the Lambs, because that's a horror mystery thriller. It's kind of in the same vein as Silence of the Lambs a bit, whereas it's kind of psychological, a little bit of a mystery. But a Phoenix secretary embezzles $40,000 from an employer's client on the run and checks into a remote motel run by a young man under the domination of his mother, directed by Alfred Hitchcock. Stars Anthony Perkins, Janet Leigh, Vera Miles, John Gavin. But Psycho is 17 on the list, and The Silence of the Lambs is 12. Do we think Psycho should be above Silence of the Lambs? You guys pick. Let's do this poll. Dave L., what's going on? Good to see you. Zardoz is here. What's going on, Zardoz? Good to see you, Dave L. Good to see you, Zardoz. I think I've mentioned everybody in the chat right now. Connie Clary, Nosferatu is my top 5 next to Phantom of the Opera. You like the old school stuff, Connie Clary, and I love it. I love it. Good stuff. Dave L., I have never seen Pet Sematary. I need to get on that. Yes, you do. The original, not the remake. I wouldn't even consider going to see the remake if I were you, but that's me. I better realize Chris Isaac was great in Silence of the Lambs. Yeah. He played a cop in there. So yeah. But hi, I'd better realize. I haven't seen you in a little while. Good to see you. Dave L. does say hello to everyone. Oh boy. See, okay. Interesting. See, Psycho for me, groundbreaking. I knew you guys were going to put Psycho above Silence of the Lambs. I knew it. For some reason, I knew it. It started, yes, it's iconic. What more can I say? Psycho by a mile. Psycho for me, groundbreaking. Yes. Let's see. The dog is backwards. Good to see you. It's been a while since I've seen you. The fact that Night of the Living Dead used the same music as Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein makes it epic. The dog is backwards. Oh my God. Oh, that is so great. That is so great. Tracy Asteria with a $2 super sticker. Thank you very much, Tracy. Really appreciate it. Means a lot. Little fox grinning. So you're enjoying this, and it's fun. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying this. I like doing this. We'll do more for sure. We'll do the battle of the silent horror movies next. How about that? Battle of the silent horror movies next time. I think that'll be a very interesting poll because there's so many good ones, right? Nem O Noom. Hey, this my first time in the stream. Thank you so much for posting Old Time Horror Radio show streams. I've been saving them in my YouTube horror stories videos to sleep. Awesome, Nim. So good to hear that. So good to hear that. Always nice to hear from the people who are out there who don't really say much ever. But yes, tonight it is a comedy night. I haven't done one of those in forever on this channel. So I felt like Jack Benny tonight. Jack Benny, we're going with. If you feel like the detectives, tomorrow night I'll give you more detectives. Okay, but Jack Benny tonight because I feel in the mood for Jack Benny. I love Jack Benny. Anyways, Wolf Cop, Freaks should be in this top movie. I will do a quick rundown after this poll, but it looks like, oh my God. Okay, so 34 votes. We'll end it there. It's like a landslide. Psycho wins by a landslide. 79% and 20% to Silence of the Lambs. That much. Wow. Zushia K says Jack Benny rules. Yes, he does. And hopefully you guys stick around and enjoy that overnight tonight. I know the regulars on the channel definitely will. So I do know that we got other channels that are doing some detective streams and stuff. But again, remember on my channel that I do have a big long playlist of every detective show out there. It's in my channel. So if you don't want the comedy, check the playlist. But anyways, moving on. Are my messages popping up at late? Yes, Pages, Films, and Plastics. I see you. Yes, I see you. So last vote for the poll. We are going to do, yes, best horror film. We are going to put The Exorcist, and this will be interesting. The Exorcist up against Psycho. So, does Old School win, or does the most scary film of all time win? I mean, I still think it's a no-brainer. But let me ask you: the poll is up. Yes, no problem. Pages, Films, and Plastic. Yes. So this is going to be a tough one because The Exorcist, man, is the scariest film of all time. But so many people love Psycho. So out of all of you guys, what do you put at the top of the list? What do you put at the top of the list? And let me mention that Psycho is number 17 on IMDb's best horror of all time. And there's movies around it that I'll touch on real quick when we end that I'm like, seriously? Anyway, let's see. The scariest movie for me is not a horror movie, but rather a 1984 UK nuclear war drama film called Threads. Had nightmares after watching it. Nim. Again, so many different things can scare us, right? So it just depends on your fears, your phobias. You know, what frightens you, right? Drummer 65, let's do the time warp again. We will, that's going to be a poll on Patreon here soon. Musical horror. I definitely have to have a night of either Phantom of the Paradise, and I think those are the only two I'm going to put on the poll for that night. Rocky Horror Picture Show or Phantom of the Paradise. And I might ask you guys right here, right now, after this. They're both horror related. I'm going to ask you guys after this. So this is a tough one. Please vote, you guys. 35 votes. The Exorcist is ahead. I think that's the way it's going to go. But if you haven't voted yet, please vote, because I want as many people voting as possible to see what you guys think. What does IMDb know? Nothing, WWM. That's why I took this from IMDb and figured, let's go through it and let's tinker a bit and let's battle against and let's pull up against and pull up against. Whoa, did Dino just say that? Anyways, yes, I did. Let's see. What did Zusha say? Tim Clary is here. Hey, what is going on? Now I have to watch Rocky Horror, says Tim Clary. I don't know if that's Tim or Connie's mom, but hey. Rocky. I voted Psycho. Okay, so 39 votes. It looks like it's stagnant now. So we will, don't look now, another good haunted house film. Okay, here we go. Scanners. You guys are mentioning some good films. Chud was fun. Yes. Best horror film, The Exorcist. So you know what? With you guys are right on key with me. That's what's cool. You guys have gone 100%. I mean, and it was a tight race, almost. The Exorcist 56%, Psycho 43%. Exorcist is way up on top of the list over Psycho on here, but I definitely think we hit most of them. Suspiria is at number 13, 1977, a giallo film. And I do believe that. Get Out from 2017 is above Poltergeist. And I know it's a Jordan Peele movie, and they quickly grabbed a hold. I think it needs to be around a little bit longer to be considered in the top 50 even. I don't know. Get Out should not be on there. But that's just me. Even though it's a great film, you have Poltergeist above Psycho, which, okay. But you have Audition underneath at 18, The Cabin in the Woods at 19. Evil Dead 2 makes its appearance above Evil Dead, which I agree. Evil Dead 2 was a little bit more superior film than Evil Dead 1. They were given more money. They were able to do more, that's for sure. The Exorcist 3 comes in at 22nd. The Fly, 28 Days Later. Hereditary, another movie. Maybe I think that could be on the list. I do believe so. Martyrs at number 26. There's so many older movies, though, that could take. One movie that is on the list that's at number 30 that I would put in my top, I'll say my top 50. It Follows. It's from 2014, but that is a movie I fell in love with when I saw it. It's just a fantastic movie. A young woman is followed by an unknown supernatural force after a sexual encounter. It's a bizarre film, but the creep factor on what's chasing her is just amazing. Or them. Let me put it that way. If you haven't seen It Follows and you're an old school person like I am, give that one a shot. It's very interesting. Tracy Asteria, so many I haven't seen. Do you have your own top 25 horror movies recommendations? I think me and Ted have done a top 10 horror list between the two of us on the channel. So you can definitely look at that. Sisters 1972, really scary, very creepy. Brian De Palma film. Okay, let me do one last poll for you guys just to see, because I'm curious. This will be a movie night poll after next week. Next week, we're going to do silent horror movies, and then we'll do either, you tell me, best film to watch. I'll just put it like that. Rocky Horror. Okay, Rocky Horror. Or, this might, okay, let me say, Phantom of the Paradise. A lot of you might not know Phantom of the Paradise. It's a little bit more of an obscure horror musical. But there's days where I like Phantom of the Paradise even more than Rocky Horror. But that's sacrilege. But Rocky Horror, I think, is the. But here we go. I'm going to just put up a poll. I'm curious on which one you guys would pick. out of those and which ones that would tell me how many have seen which movie too. So they're both great movies. I love Phantom of the Paradise, but which one would you guys pick? I figured it's coming already. It's coming already. But Night of the Living Dead is all the way down at 32 on IMDb's top 100 films of all time. Another movie that's on there that I would put in my top 10, Tracy, as you ask. I think there's just a lot of people who haven't seen Phantom of the Paradise. And I recommend you guys watch it. So anyway, Let the Right One In. That's in my top 10 list. It's one of my favorite vampire movies of all time. It is a Finnish film. So it's a foreign horror film, but that does not take away from the movie at all. They remade it into American version, and that's really good. If you've never seen the foreign version, Let Me In, the American version is a lot of people consider just as good, but Let the Right One In, you should definitely look. Oscar, An Overlooked and Bullied Boy, and that the way they portray that and Let the Right One In, that bullied boy with the blonde hair, is just awful, just awful. And he finds love and revenge through Ellie, a beautiful but peculiar girl. And I'm not giving nothing away by saying vampire. There's a whole storyline around this movie, and it's one of the best movies for me of all time. So that's one I would recommend. So looks like if I end the poll with 30 votes, Rocky Horror Picture Show. So I figured most of you guys would. The Eraserhead mural is near where Lynch. Eraserhead. Me and Ted did a full commentary on that movie, and if you guys want to listen to a good commentary, check that out. Let the Right One In is an excellent. Foreign version is better. Yepper. Chris W. Foreign version is the best for me. 100% sure. The foreign version is Let the Right One In. The American version is called Let Me In, but very, very good. I took Phantom, not a big fan of Rocky Horror. No, Edward, really? Huh, interesting. John David says 7, original Dracula, of course, great stuff. Okay, so yeah, thank you guys. Exorcist wins out overall for this stream, and a very good one. I think we'll do silent horror movies next. I think that would be fun to do. You guys are mentioning great movies: Black Sabbath, 1963, The Fog, of course, Adrian Barbeau. I mean, come on. Billy T. Love Rocky Horror. Probably watched it at least 100 times, but best watched in the theater, in my opinion. Well, yeah, we had. I don't think we have it no more, but the Rocky Horror Picture thing where everybody dresses up, comes, and they're throwing stuff at the screen and everything else. We had that here, and that's actually where when we were young, me and Ted went there. We tell the story in our Rocky Horror Picture Show movie review or commentary. I think we did a commentary on it. Back in the day, we used to do commentaries on everything. So everything's about 2 hours long. So anyways, again, make sure you hit all the links, you guys. Make sure you hit the thumb up if you haven't already. Make sure you're subscribed, the bell, all that good stuff. Check out all the links below. Hopefully everybody's there and enjoys the overnight stream, comedy night, Jack Benny. We talk horror, then we go to comedy. So there you go. Going to be fun stuff. Appreciate you all being here. It means a lot. And as usual, man, much love to each and every one of you. Check out, oh boy, what's coming up here? Thursday on Patreon and for the channel members on YouTube here. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern time, we're all getting together for a big old party. Okay. So we will all be able to get on camera, audio, hang out, just us, and talk amongst ourselves and have some fun. and that will be really, really good. So I appreciate it. And thank you again once last time, Tracy Asteri, for putting the links up to the Patreon and the channel join. Thank you all very much. Peace and love. And until